Okay, Alpha 6600 IBIS plus OSS plus flip out screen, plus I can control it using this smartphone here. Seems like we have something interesting, plus continuous eye autofocus. Pretty interesting. Okay, so this is our Sony A6600 as you can see, and it comes with the 18 to 135mm lens kit, and it has an f-stop of f3.5 to 5.6, and it also has optical steady shot, and that's the representation of what comes in this box. This is the top view of the box, and on this side of the box you can see that we have some accessories that you can get for this camera, and we have the flash here, and we have the microphone, we have the charger, and we have the NP-FZ100 battery, and we also have the remote commander and the shooting grip there. And if we flip over to this side, these are basically the specifications of the camera, and as you can see here from left to right, it's an APS-C camera, and it has 24.2 megapixels, and it has an ISO or range of 100 to 32,000, and it can shoot 11 frames per second, and it has a face detection autofocus of 425 points, and it has real-time eye autofocus even in video, and it has real-time tracking for subject tracking by just touching on the screen, and it has 5-axis steady shot inside, and it has a microphone and headphone jack, and also this is the NP-FZ100 battery that comes in, and it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and HDMI supported, and it shoots 4K 30. So let's quickly unbox and see what comes in this box. Okay, so on top of the box you get sort of like the manual or the instructions that come with the camera, and let's just put that aside and open this. So this is how the box looks like, and these are the components. This is the lens, this is the camera, and these are the accessories and the batteries. So let's start with the accessories themselves. So this is the viewfinder hood, and it basically goes on the viewfinder. I'll show you how you can put that on. Let's put that on the side. And then next we have this. I believe this is the new battery. So yeah, as you can see here, we just dropped it, by the way. This is the new Z battery, as you can see, and it sort of glitters, as you can see. It has some sort of reflective coating, and it writes Sony and some serial number, I guess, and it has an R, as you can see, depending on the direction you twist it. So it can write an R, it can write an L, serial number, and the Sony brand. So this is a new battery. Let's put that aside, and this is basically the charger. This is the charging cable, and that is the charging head. Let's see the specifications of this charging head, by the way. So if we're to look there, as you can see there, it's a 5-volt charger, so that just goes on the side there with the connector. And as you can see, you have the strap here, and it doesn't say A6600, it just says Sony Alpha. And yeah, looks simple and neat. Let's put that on the side. And then next we have the camera itself. This is the camera itself. I know the packaging because I had to actually open it before and charge it so that I can be able to test it out. So this is the camera itself, and yeah, this is how it comes like. Let's just put it there. So yeah, that's the Sony A6600, and as you can see, let's just do a view right round. So this is the new Sony A6600, and as you can see, it has optical steady shot inside and 4K enabled. And yeah, that's how it looks with the flip out screen rotated. So this is how it looks on the front, and this is how it looks on the side, and the back side basically looks like this. So that is the Sony A6600. Now next, let's look at the lens itself. So this is the lens. Okay, that's a bit hard. Okay, so this is the camera with lens, and this is the 18 to 135 lens, and it comes with OSS, as you can see, optical steady shot, and it also has the lens hood mounted there, as you can see. So let's quickly attach the lens to the camera and see how that looks. Okay, so this is how they look side by side laying on the ground, and you can easily remove this by twisting it anti-clockwise and it becomes loose. And for the lens, it's the same thing, just twist it anti-clockwise and it becomes loose. And if you want to attach your lens to the body itself, you can see that the body has this white dot here and the lens has this white dot here. So you just align the two white dots and just clip it in and then rotate clockwise, and it should make a clicking sound. When that sound comes, our lens is going nowhere. So that is good. And this is how you remove the lens hood. You just rotate it anti-clockwise, and this is the lens cover, as you can see here. So as you can see, when the camera comes here, it has no battery, right? But I had to actually take it out and charge so that I could be able to test and see if it's working. So let's put in this new Z battery and see how our camera works. It goes in this way, like this, and yeah, it clips in. Oh, and by default there's no memory card or SD card that comes with the camera, so I got an SD card. Let me just show it to you. Boom. So this is our SD card. It's a 120 gig, and when you are going to be shooting 4K 30 or 4K 60, I believe this camera supports 4K 30 and 4K 24. So that is a high number of volume and content that the camera has to take in, so the card has to be fast enough in order to process that information. So get a card that is rated around 135 megabits per second and above, and as you can see, this card has 150 MBs, so that is good, and it will be able to work with 4K. So 4K processes so much information at the same time, and when you're shooting in 4K, it takes up more space and also is a bit demanding on the camera. So this is how our camera looks with the battery and everything inserted, and let's just turn it on. Yeah, and as you can see, there is our camera. I had actually turned it on initially, and these are the different modes that we have. I tested the video mode because I shoot a lot of videos, and you can see that we have the video mode, we have the slow and quick mode. If you want to shoot slow motion, I believe you can shoot up to 120 frames per second at 1080p, and this is different scenarios. You got the auto mode, and then you got the 4 main modes that any camera has, and then you got these custom 2 modes that you can set according to your needs. And yeah, you're back to the video mode. So those are the modes that you have with this camera. And then if you see these C buttons, this is custom buttons that you can configure. So on this camera we have 4, and as you can see here, you have C1, you have C2, and then you have C3, and then the 4th one is actually the delete button, but that can also be configured to whatever you want that button to function as. And this is how you attach the lens hood. You just align the 2 dots there and then twist it clockwise, and it hooks in like that. And this is how the camera looks with the lens hood. And to attach this viewfinder eye view, you just take it out the package, and then I believe it should just slide in. So you can see that it has these 2 hooks here, one on this side and one on this side, and the same thing goes for this piece here. So you just slide it in, and yeah, like that, and then it's already attached to the camera. So let's quickly switch to this camera. By the way, as you can see on this lens, you have variable focal length. As you can see, you have 18 to 135, and it's triggered manually, and the more you zoom in or the higher your focal length, the higher your f-stop is going to be. So like at 135, you're going to be around 5.6, and if you are to zoom out all the way, you're going to be at 3.5. So not the lowest f-stop, but again, I think it should be okay. So this is the zoom ring, and this is the focus ring. And yeah, this is how it basically looks with the flipped out screen. That's how you flip it out. And yeah, if you're vlogging, you just put it there and you start to talk, right? So let's go to the side of this camera. As you can see here, you have your charging port and multi-purpose port, and yeah, it does a whole lot of functions. And then this is the mini HDMI display port, and you have your microphone jack and your headphone jack, so you can actually record a video and put your mic there and listen to what you are saying in real time. It actually feels strange, but yeah, something cool that comes with this camera. So let me quickly switch it on and then go to the video mode and then do like a small vlogging style video and show you how it looks. So I'm recording at 4K 20 frames per second, and I have autofocus mode on. And yeah, let me quickly switch to this camera and show you how it looks. Okay, so this is coming to you live from the Sony A6600. It's actually tempting not to look at the screen up there, but yeah, and this is the 18 to 135 lens kit. I'm currently at 18, and that's the minimum focal length that I can be able to get with this lens. And I'm currently at an f-stop of 3.5, so this is how it looks. You can see that I can zoom all the way in, and yeah, the autofocus is just so fast. You can see how fast that was. Comparing this A6600 to the A6400, these are the main advantages that it has over the A6400, and the main one is IBIS basically. So you can see that I can walk back and come forward, and this is at arm's length, by the way. So I have no tripod or gimbal, and this is just me moving around holding the camera, and I'm stretching my arm out as much as I can. I can do it like that, but yeah, this is basically how it looks, and I have IBIS on, I believe. And the second thing is what I'm seeing in the viewfinder there, or this flip out screen. I can see all those blocks on my eyes, and that is automatic continuous eye autofocus even in video mode. So that is another added advantage. The second thing is this battery grip. So this A6600 has a new battery, and with that they had to like sort of remake or restructure the battery grip just to make it a little bit bigger, so it has a better grip compared to the A6400. And you'll be actually surprised as to how many people like this camera for its new battery grip. And the other reason is that, you know, it has no recording limit, so you can record for as long as you want. I believe Mr. Potato Jet, if that's the name, he pushed this camera all the way to the limit, and I believe he got around 13 or 15 hours. So it does have a recording limit, but Sony says there's no recording limit. Another difference is that this A6600 has no flash, so unlike the A6400, they basically just removed the flash, and maybe they forgot to put it in production and just said, you know, since we've already sent out the unit, so be it. Also, this camera has no overheating. The overheating management has been worked out very well. The A6400, I believe, used to overheat with 4K continuous after like 30 minutes. So with this one, you have a setting inside this camera to be able to put that heating resistance high, so that the camera won't just shut off when it overheats, and also it won't overheat easily. And it has the color science of the A73. So those are the main and major changes that the A6600 has over the A6400. Now I'm going to be testing it out outdoors, and I am going to be using it mainly for videos. And if you look at some of the videos that have good autofocus on the channel, those were actually shot on the A6600, and this is this camera that I'm reviewing here. So I'm going to be experimenting more with it in future. And yeah, that's basically about it for me when it comes to this Sony A6600. If you like this video, please leave a like and hit subscribe down below. And thank you very much for watching and reaching this far into the video. Stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Peace. This is fast.